Hello everyone, I'm Ferdi Salvador. Join us in unlocking the tricks of the trade here on Trade Talks. Let's get down to business. Running a resort or hotel can be tricky. You may be fully booked during the summer, but how can you entice visitors when the rain comes? If you will check out the website of a resort or hotel or our guest today, mere pictures of their facilities could prompt you to pack a bag and head over to La Union. It may be the wet season, but if you want to escape the daily grind, check out Aureo La Union. Let's welcome to the program Cassandra Yap. She's the president and CEO of Aureo La Union. Good morning, Cassandra. Thank you so much for being with us today. Or may I call you Casey?
Yes.
Better. So you look very young. And you know, you're president CEO of a very well-established resort in La Union. Did you study hotel and restaurant management?
Actually, not at all. My background is not in the hospitality or any of the service industry. So it's my parents' dream from more than 30 years ago in the early 90s.
Yes.
It's their vision to really have hotels and resort all over Philippines. And we started in 2016. I was the one who executed it. But it was not something that.
But
I had
it's a dream.
background.
So how did they train you to do this?
So in our home, in our own home,
Yes.
we had a model unit of what a hotel room should look like.
Inside your home?
Yes, inside our
Okay.
home. And we're required to go there, have our own assessment, what can we recommend, how we can improve the room. And I wasn't very helpful probably because I was like 5 years old at that time. And yeah.
But that's
So-
perfect training. They actually the mock-up of hotel room inside your home. So
Yes, yes.
obviously they were trying to prime you for something big, which is like Aureo and La Union.
Yeah.
And I think we can categorically claim that that Aureo is the most luxurious resort up in northern Luzon, because I can think of another one, but if you're talking about luxury, I think it's Aureo.
Yes.
Why did you build in La Union? I mean, I know it's popular for surfing, but backpackers usually go there. It's a very domestic type of destination.
So the property is situated in the quieter side of La Union. It's actually 8 hectares, and we've had that property since early 90s. So we would go there every summer as a child, and I had lots of memories. It's really close to my heart. We would go fishing, I would play in the sand, would buy ice cream. I actually tasted my first wine there.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. So it's all the whole family, cousins. We would stay in one room. We used to have a house there, a small house.
It was a private
Yes.
family property or residence in La Union, right? So
Yeah.
and then why did you decide to build?
And then as a businesswoman, and I guess the timing was also right, we started conceptualizing in 2015. And then in 2016, we opened the first 20 rooms at
Okay.
that time, first
Okay.
20 rooms. And then from there, it grew. And now we are at 200 rooms. And by the end of the year, we'll be adding additional 250 rooms. So a total of 450 by the end of the year.
Okay, from 5 years old, learning in a mock-up room
Yeah.
inside your house, to 450 rooms. This can actually be the biggest resort development in northern Luzon.
Yeah.
Are there any fears with regard to occupancy?
You know, always. For me, even before when we were starting, even with 20 rooms, I was always so scared. And then from there, additional 20 rooms, 40 rooms, and then 58 rooms, and then 200 rooms.
Yes.
It's always been a fear of the unknown for me.
Yes, but why are you bullish on La Union?
We did all the research.
Okay.
We have studied the place and the tourism that comes in, and the numbers are right, the timing is right, and I wouldn't want my fear of the unknown to stop me from, progressing with what I feel is a very good business venture.
So for Aureo to expand from just rooms, I know that you have villas. Why did you decide to put luxury villas there? I mean, it seems like it's got their own pool. And how many keys do you have for the luxury villas?
For the luxury villas, we have 10 rooms. So it's not very big, but it occupies about a hectare of the property. So it's very exclusive.
That's pretty big.
Pretty big. Each unit has its own private pool, and we get a lot of small weddings because it has a nice, like a walking aisle there with a tree that is more than 50 years old. It's a nice backdrop with the sunset, and it's really popular with private events.
Well, I got to see that because the first time I went to Aureo, you had your 20 rooms.
Yes.
And at that point, I was also thinking, wow, they know something we don't know. Because normally, people that go up to La Union, as I said, are backpackers or surfers. And I didn't realize there's a luxury market that has clamor for this kind of property. Now, talking about La Union, obviously you need to hire local and support local. What are the initiatives of Aureo with regard to sustainability and hiring locally?
So we work closely with the local government, and with that, we have a good relationship with them. So it enables us to participate in projects such as building classrooms, and that's actually in the final stage and should be completing soon. We also participate in Brigada Escuela.
What is that?
Brigada is like when you school opening and you prepare the classroom, you do the cleanup, you do the repainting works, and do all those things.
That's nice. So you have your staff come down, the team members of Aureo come down and help with Brigada Escuela.
Yes.
Okay.
And then another project that is upcoming, hopefully we're looking at by the Christmas season, we're gonna do a Likang La Union, which is all the local products and handicrafts that are available around the region, such as like basket weaving and pottery. They actually make really good like sukat sili vinegar.
Yes.
Which is, we love it. Our family loves it, and I usually buy a whole bulk and give it out to friends. So yeah, that's.
So I love the fact that, and it's going to be hosted in the property.
Yes.
So wow, so you're also promoting small and medium entrepreneurs, market their goods. In that being said, do you use local ingredients or these materials like baskets and stuff like that within the property?
So yes, definitely. Aside from La Union and the nearby regions being the Cordillera region having abundant and the freshest vegetables, I've seen how the farmers work and just get a appreciation of how hard they work.
Yes.
And with that, you really want to support local and of course getting the freshest vegetables around the area.
Yes, because obviously you have an F&B component in your property. But do you work around the available ingredients for your menus?
Yes, our menu is actually built around the what's available locally. And we also like to support the local tour guides.
Okay.
So about less than an hour away from the resort is a beautiful Tangadan Falls. I've been there, I've hiked there, and our tour guide is very good. So we promote that to our guests, and they get to see that.
I mean, I didn't even know there. Of course, obviously, there are natural wonders around around the area, but of course, when you talk about La Union, it's surf, right? Let's hang out and party in the evening, surf during the day. That's the lifestyle. Is that the same with Aureo, or is it a completely different vibe?
It's different. So we get a lot of family with young children. The children love the water park, the lazy river. We have a whole stretch of 400 meters of beach frontage. So they play volleyball during the day. And we also get the young group that stays with us and parties at night in the San Juan area. And also the adventurous people who does the hiking.
As a young president and CEO, all these projects are your ideas?
When it started, it wasn't. Like, I had a lot of help from family, from consultants abroad. But once I got the hang of it,
yeah.
As long as you're involved with the business, you'll know what it needs. And from there, I also listen to the feedback of our guests. So, yeah.
Do you still, like, obviously at the moment it's rainy season, and most beach properties and resorts are experiencing a dip in occupancy. Do you have that in Aureo?
So, summer months is really the best months.
Yes.
But now that it's starting, rainy season is starting, we're getting more of the like corporate people with the conventions, government.
The MICE.
Yes, the MICE.
Team building.
Yes, and with the rainy season is also the surfing season. So we get that surfers.
Luxury surfers.
Yeah, luxury surfers.
So you basically, yes, you may have a dip in occupancy, but it seems like you don't have a lean season.
Luckily, not as lean as
other places. So has this been a business model, or you just fell into this kind of business model wherein there's a limited lean season for the property?
We prepare for it, but we know that what we offer is something that people would want to go.
Is this why you put amenities or upgrades to the property so that they don't have they have a reason to go whether rain or shine?
Actually, during the peak season, I always get so sad if I'm turning away guests. Like, oh no, we shouldn't be turning away a guest. We should add more rooms.
That's
and
why you built
accommodate
another
everyone.
250 rooms. I like that idea, guys. Don't ever turn anyone away. Let's add 250 rooms, right?
Yeah.
But we'll talk more about the development of Aureo. We're taking a breather. Trade Talks. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Trade Talks, The High Life. We continue our conversation with Cassandra Yap, President and CEO of Aureo. So before the break, Casey, we were talking about you don't like the feeling of refusing guests during the peak season, so you're decided to build 250 more rooms.
Yes.
I love that option, right? But how many more rooms can the property accommodate with development?
So the property is 8 hectares.
Yes.
8 hectares. With the 200 rooms, we're occupying already like about half of that. So the remaining half will be where the 250 rooms will be. And so after that, it's fully developed.
Yeah. Because did you put like common areas, and is that part of the sustainable part of the development?
Yes, so for the sustainable part, we'll be putting in solar panels on the new development and eventually also on the existing ones. And then we'll be adding 12 EV charging stations.
Wow! Not a lot of people have EV charging stations. Actually, I wouldn't say not a lot of people. Not a lot of properties have EV charging stations. Why come up with that kind of amenity? That's very forward thinking. So
we get a lot of guests that are starting to bring in EV cars. They need a charging station. We've also integrated the charging stations to the solar energy. So it's really a sustainable travel.
Yes, is this part of the amenity features, or is this a chargeable type of situation, or is it gratis for guests?
For now, it's part of the service. Like it's part of the rooms.
That's
for
so
our
cool
guests.
because a lot of environmentally conscious, motorists out there that want to go on holiday, they don't want to spend that much because it can be expensive from point A to point B, wherever you are in the zone, right? If you're driving. And this is an amazing thing that you have, as a feature. And I'm proud of that. Do you have other conservation projects on the property or around the area?
So now we have a sewage treatment plant. So we reuse water for potable purposes, for flushing toilets, irrigation, and with this new development, we'll be adding rainwater catchment. So it's part of also our conservation initiative.
I'm sure my colleagues Corina Sanchez Rojas and Pinky Webb are gonna ask, is it pet friendly? Because they love their pets.
Yes, it is. A lot of our guests are telling us, "Oh, I'm so happy the resort is pet friendly. I can bring my pet. It's part of their family.
Yes.
They have their birthdays there."
Really?
With like the dogs and all their pets.
No wonder you're fully booked because they're birthday parties of dogs and
Yeah.
cats, right?
The paw parties.
So, but paw party. What makes Aureo different from other resorts in the region?
So apart from great service and great accommodations, we have the biggest stretch of beach frontage, 400 meters.
Wow.
And it's one of the best beaches in La Union. You won't feel the crowd even if the resort is fully booked because you can read a book in the garden, have a quiet time in your own private veranda, or a place where in the beachfront where you can have a sip of margarita. It's just the space is so wide that you can have your own.
What are the plans for Aureo in the next 5 years? Let's specify that question. Make it specific. Where do you see Aureo La Union in 5 years?
So we started with 20 rooms, and then from there we just expanded. So now I'm looking at maybe expanding the Aureo brand outside of just La Union.
Oh, okay. Any hints where?
We don't really have a specific location yet, but it would be nice to have a property in Palawan or maybe somewhere in Bohol, Panglao. So that's the.
I wonder how many rooms you're gonna put together because you don't like to refuse guests. what maybe perhaps the next time you're on the show you're like, Ferdi, I put 1,000 rooms because I really don't want people to not to have a space in my resort. But how do you ensure consistency? Because of course you're gonna be expanding in the near future in different areas. How do you manage consistency throughout the years since you opened?
So it's really training, and we don't hire a lot of on-calls because that sometimes the service gets disrupted. So even the on-calls, we train them and we hire them.
Oh, you eventually integrate them into
Yes.
the ecosystem. Okay.
And I feel that with the commitment that we give to our employees, we get it back like tenfold.
How many employees have you got?
Now it's about 200,
Starting from how many?
starting from like 5.
From 5. Do you look back and you're like, what have I done? I start with 5, now I've got 200. And of course, now you're going to be adding because you added another 250 rooms. Does that blow your mind sometimes? Like, I've actually built a community.
It's actually daunting and exciting at the same time.
Really? But what's your vision? Do you want the Aureo brand to be top of mind in Southeast Asia?
Yeah, that's the plan. Hopefully, we'll get to achieve that in the next 5 years.
Yeah, because you travel quite a bit. So what are the things that you picked up from different parts of the world that you want to integrate into the Aureo brand?
So one place that I really enjoyed was staying at the Peninsula Istanbul, and I've always wanted to have like a boat that picks you up and right in front of the hotel.
Yes.
And I hope we get to
I
have
hope.
that.
I hope you. Are you gonna build a Bosphorus River? That's amazing. I mean, of course, you've got regulars like butler service and stuff like that. Will you be integrating that in the luxury sphere?
So the new development will have the top floor, which is the 7th floor, is really special because it's all suite, and you have your own private plunge pool. So that
At the 7th floor.
at the 7th floor.
I can't wait to see this.
So that whole floor will have its own.
If you can do this in La Union, and can you imagine what you can do in other parts of the Philippines? You'll probably be having like cantilevered pools, looking out into a river or the sea, right? But what is your global peg for the Aureo brand?
It's like how some of the not so commercialized
Yes.
hotels are very driven with like community and local produce and our guests. So hopefully we get to do that.
Okay, are you jonesing for or aiming for a star in like let's say the different top travel publications?
We haven't really explored that much yet, but of course, yes, we haven't explored, but it's in the pipeline.
I love that. All right, last few questions for you, Casey. What is your worst investment?
Worst investment? The worst investment that almost happened but actually didn't was the floating restaurant in La Union, in the resort. So we spent already like a few
Resources?
resources there, but then a good thing we were able to stop it right away.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
What about your best investment?
Best investment. It's for me. It's really the community and the mini family that we've created in La Union.
It's not so many. It's
So
200
many,
people.
yeah. I hear some of my employees telling me, we never used to celebrate birthdays or anniversaries because it's just not possible. And now with this, they get to enjoy that.
Well,
So
it tugs on your heartstrings, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah. And of course, your favorite mistake. What is it?
Favorite mistake? Oh, that's a difficult question. I guess I have to go back to the fear of the unknown. Like you always, it stops you from realizing a dream. So making a dream into a reality. So that happened to me before. And good thing I had the support of my family to just push me, and eventually I just did it. So my advice is just start and do it.
Just do it.
Just
Build
do
another
it.
250 rooms. Thank you so much, Casey, for
Thank you.
chatting with us
Thank you.
and taking us through how you built Aureo La Union. And that is it for today's show. I'm Ferdi Salvador. Catch the Bilyonaryo News channel on Free TV channel 31 and on cable via Cignal channel 24. Thanks for watching the Bilyonaryo News channel. Always on top.